Oh. Oh, good morning. Wait, it's just because louder than usual. I don't know. Hello, it's Lillin. Oh well, I'll keep it like this. I did my... Oh, this is the wrong scene, technically. Let's switch to this one. I did my early morning... Oops. Early morning exercise. Zing. It was like 10 minutes though, but whatever. It was 2 sets. Good enough for me for today. And I'm sweating. Oh, setting up stuff. Also, random, but Cardcaptor Sakura clear card. I was reading that like 30 seconds ago. There's any update on the newest chapter, and I'm so confused. As expected of Clamp, there is nothing. Nothing is super clear. It's like, what is going on here? What? But okay. But yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, today it seems like I have time. I'm not quite sure. Let me just put my notification out just in case someone messages me and I need to like respond. That way there'll be a sound, hopefully. I think I'm free. If I am, I can pizza later. That is the plan. Maybe it'll be at like later though. Later. With like interval in the middle. Who knows? Anyway, now that I have this set up, I can go press play on the other game. Okay, I think this should be fine. And let me turn off the sound on that one. Oops. Okay. And then I need to turn this, capture this thingy. Ace Attorney, it's been 3 weeks. Forever. Forever. It took forever. Okay, wait. Recap. I looked at the list archive. I'm like, what the heck happened again? Olive Green, the victim, you know, of that stabbing thingy incident, there was this mysterious potion she grabbed from the medicine cabinet that, you know, obviously too much medicine is a bad thing, is a poison. So she tried to drink it and commit suicide because her beloved, that guy who lived in the Garadeb household died, and she's like, there's no point in living. But I'm like, no, let me solve this first. And also don't die yet. But at the very least, let me solve it first. And that was what happened. Yeah. I think that's basically it. Oh. What the heck, YouTube? What? Audio stream bitrate is lower than the recommended. We're going to use... what? You've never told me that before. Whatever. It's probably okay. It's a suggestion. Anyway, we'll continue with where I left off then. Let's see how long it's take. Trial part. Oh, trial. Yeah. I love trials. Also, wait. Let me see the comment. I'll put this part here. Okay. 23rd February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey. Maybe closer out that mic. The defendant's antechamber. That's probably okay, right? Yeah, probably. Just let me move the mic a bit more. Let me try this. Give me a second. Wait, where's the button? Okay, I think this is better. Okay, yeah, okay, better. Whew. Okay, let's see. What happened? What did he say? What did he just say? Also, I was using the Switch earlier today, right? For Ring Fit, and Joy-Con drift happened again, so I'm gonna have to try to fix it again. Oh, wait, no! It's not again. Was it? I think it's a different controller. I think it's the right side now. Which is great, because I didn't fix that one yet. Oh. Oh, hello. History from the last time. He said nothing. Got it. She said nothing. Got it. Dot dot dot. I say nothing. This is it then, Mr. Naruto. Dun 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 dun. Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. Really? We're gonna reach the end of this? To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything. And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. Thank you. Thank you, girl. I always appreciate your help, Misusato. That was a more formal way of saying that. Thank you, girl. Suffering, Suzuki, selfishly, sidelined. Ah. Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume. Good morning, locum student Mr. Naruto Esquire. Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here. Hey, you need to be lighthearted sometimes. Why would you do that? Why? To make you feel more comfortable. Oh dear, we didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you. I was writing. What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death, or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. You always have your eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You have to forgive me. And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume. That was just an example! Oh, yes, there it is. Inner calm. He's never calm, ever. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you'd abandon me and return to our beautiful, long-lost homeland. We've not even been in Great Britain for a week yet. We have not been there for a week. I thought it's been at least months, man. Yes, well, anyway. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. I've actually reached an important decision myself. Oh, what sort of decision? I shall fill you in after the trial. Alright. It would seem Mr. Holmes isn't coming today after all. Oh yeah, we told him to come and he's like, yeah, I'll try. It is a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. I don't think so. It's a very clear message, I think, that he overslept again. The great detective? My arch nemesis? Long may he stay away, if you ask me. Well, it's that or your death. Like, which one do you prefer? I prefer him to come. Defendant and your legal representative. The trial's about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately. It's time to go. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. Dude, I've seen you like the whole week, man. This whole week. I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Suzuki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting into the very end. That's all. Why does it sound like it's gonna end? Courtroom, right? 23rd February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. The ones that use the same witnesses every single time. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. Yes, the defense is ready. Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by law to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Absolutely. Justice will be done, you mark my words. I feel obliged to say I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right. Oh, well, I wonder if you could just adjust my hat for me, and please be as ruthless as you like. Thieves deserve to die if you ask me, especially gas thieves. I have no sympathy for the man at all. Look, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems. May the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today. Now, Lord Van Zix, what can you tell us? The prosecution's report, please, for the court, in relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea. Yeah, the tea that was in the soap or something, so yeah. So he does have the results. If he's not saying anything, that means it's good for me. Probably. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock. What? What was that? Pray allow me a moment to savor liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll deter to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow, and there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on the top of it. Yes, that's tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night. Well, the brains at the yard now analyzed it, and yes, you're right. It was the tea. It was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it. Oh, that means we're good. Although technically he could have put it in... Actually, I thought that because he drank the tea himself too. But he could have just put it in the cup directly, you know? I feel like too. No poison at all. In other words, the tea that the defendant brought brought with him into the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear. What a revelation! Then where did the poison come from? I think it's someone else who came, as I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Natsume Sasaki, is innocent? I couldn't read fast enough. My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. Typical Nipponese reaction. What? Yes, it's true. No poison was found, and the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? It could have been the tea itself. Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty? My word! Oh, my word. The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel. That's not the point, dude. Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shakespeare. Well, tea is usually bitter. Right. Whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand. Oh, we're bringing him back? Very well. I will uphold the prosecution's request. Mr. Shakespeare. Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend. Try to have to voice him again. Bailiff, show Mr. Shakespeare to the stand. And everyone's voice keeps changing. Oh well. Mr. William Shakespeare, the victim of this despicable crime. Oh heaven, oh how, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a bellyful of the foul fluid given in mine innocence. Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe. By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes. One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a roomful of the sweet fuel given. That's right, fellow Gerals, don't forget, this man is a rotten thief. Haven't forgotten, kept all that about the ice coins a tiny secret, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner. Oh, yeah. Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting in my tail. You? That's not your tail, but okay. Detail? Oh, indeed, by the dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends. I confess, thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure. Darn this rotten gas thief now. I'm telling you, I think he either like accidentally poisoned himself, or like he had someone come in and he doesn't want them to be known that, you know, he's collabing with some like suspicious person. So he's saying, yeah, no, this Japanese guy poisoned me. He's suspicious. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? Cowards die many times before their deaths, and for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me. But there was no poison in tea found in your room. The police have tested that. What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shakespeare? Verily, dude, he keeps jumping. My liege, I would most gladly speak. Why does he have the energy for that? He can be an idol. Very well, let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. To the court, why is it that the poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea. He's gonna be like, I turned my back, and then he dropped the poison into the tea. The tea inconsistency. A Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. It was in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Yeah, see, I knew it. While feigning distraction in our debate, never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. Then where did it go? When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Oh, that's how you're gonna say it? You're gonna string this? Okay. Thus, it is no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap. So he's... okay, darn it. I don't know if there's a refute for that. Poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. A normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience. Wait, in that case, where was... if you're saying it wasn't in the bottle of tea, that means he had to have a vial of poison with him at the moment. But I don't think they found that. Quite. Otherwise it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. But no poison bottle was found at the scene. Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. How does that make sense? You had to have a vial of the poison then. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. Wait, what? Wait, what? Poison was slipped, right? Into tea. Normal way for poison to be administered in my experience, lol. As if you have experience putting poison. The poisoner makes up the cups. No poison bottle. He took the bottle back. Oh, so the poison bottle is back. Took it back. Okay, so if it's suicide, then it would have been there, I guess, or something? Anyway. By now it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash a deep stain of guilt from the accused's hands. Dude. Weird simile. What? Or weird metaphor. Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shakespeare, be a common thief of gas. Oh my god, you just admitted it. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. How does he make it straight all of a sudden? That's so weird. Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have not to lose. I mean, well, you could. I mean, you were, I guess, victim. I don't know. I think he's hiding something. That's why. Well, I do declare. Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with a cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Okay. What? What? I think the fact that he said mixing cups, right? Except both cups were like the same. Tea in a pot, right? Okay. I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume. Is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Hold to thy prayers. What does that mean? Do I know thee? Or know thee not? Methinks 'tis all I can know that thy destiny mingles with mine. What? You lost me at the first thee. Sound, sir, thou must learn the English tongue afore thou turns thy hand to lawyering. No, this is Old English. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture. Verily and in truth, 'twas a fine flavor brew, though a drop of poison did barb its sweetness. Why is it sweet? Unless, is it like sweet tea? Like, tea should be bitter. As a thorn doth barb the sweet rose. That, dear friends, be the simple truth. Listen to Mr. Shakespeare. He seems to be in even better form than he was yesterday. Either that, or I'm in worse form. That faded evening, after I did dine at Grub's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good report. Oh, thank you for mentioning this, by the way. New information. Naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea, But behold, the poison was not in the tea at first. It was in my cup alone. Okay. Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea? You have witnessed the act and then drank the tea? Thou dost describe the actions of a fool. Quite so, quite so. Lolly said it, yeah, you're a fool. But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Wait, what? So you drank it anyway? Sooner would I die quenched than parched. Would I have the choice? Wait, what is it? Actually, I'm laying question. The water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it? Were it not for the tea, in sooth, I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched. Right, no ice coins means no heating. Lol. Witness had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the court, Mr. Shakespeare, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him. With the greatest of pleasure, my liege. Okay. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Oh, then again, there was no. Look, let me look at this again. What was this? Is this Natsume's cup? No tea ring. Drunk the contents before the tea had a chance to leave a mark. Yeah, wait, that's impossible then. If that's true, or that there was no. If it was poured, it had to have tea ring here. But because it doesn't, means he drank it really fast. That's assuming, of course, what he says is correct, where he did drink. Okay, I can represent this. Let me save this, by the way. Save. Okay. Represent this without looking some more. I think got it. Oh yes, I got it. The BGM stopped. You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible. How? Chop logic? What? What's chop logic? What is this, ye clad fiend? 2 teacups from the scene. One used by the victim and the other by the defendant. Have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof. Especially if what you said is true, that he did pour himself a drink. Incontrovertible? And the fact that it's labeled correctly, that this is your tea and that one is his teacup. What difference? Look at the inside of the cups. Just here. There's a clearly visible ring. Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough. Indeed, such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while. And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring. Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean. And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it? Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted, "Drink tea." What's on? That's right. Yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup, as well after the several hours of tea was left standing. But, he couldn't have washed it either because there's no water. In short, Mr. Shakespeare, you clearly lied to the court. Get thee to a nunnery? Okay, sure, whatever. As a rule, I filled my hello chalice up to 7 times during any one trial. You should like literally not drink during the session, nor before the session. Oh, hello, gods. Meow, hello, meow. You may want to keep that information to yourself. Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me, and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry. Can you drink while you're doing court stuff? Okay. Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant. On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. What? To William Shakespeare. What? Yes, my liege. What? What do you want? Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused's cup. Could it be that you were, perhaps, mistaken? Oh, dude, he's telling him to lie! Could it be that? Yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene. Dude, how's your hand like not into pieces? A fact that had vanished from your memory until now. Faith, my liege, thou art a magician, for verily 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night. What? We told him to lie. Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked, 'twas empty, and thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest. No, man. And you've just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before? Are we supposed to believe that? People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. Yeah, but we're taking all of his testimony into account, man. His witness testimony. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us two things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that the spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. From teapot, okay. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words... Oh, his cape, where'd it go? The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. No! What does this mean, then? To declare, it means there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony. Apart from the bit about the thieving gas, obviously. My lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Scrubbery Ale House that night, not did pass my lips but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death. Something death. And on what did you dine, sir? Yeah, please tell us more about that. Why, I did partake of my favorites, a broth as would be called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad. So soup salad? As insalubrious a menu as an establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us, some faults do make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment 'tis seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas, but I pray you wise and noble fellows, ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. What? This is what? So these are unrelated things, what you're saying. So he didn't say where it is? Where his place was? Where he ate? Jurors, all your humble servant Shakespeare doth entreat you, punish a Japanese fellow for his sins, dude. My lord. I don't know, man. If I may speak, my lord. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer. What, me? Ah, by me. Me? I do declare you may be right. We all know the black waif there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm. But this lawyer lad says if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? That's not what I said. He's been leading us up the garden path. That's what he's been doing. I really never said anything like that. Okay. But what we just heard from the victim there has opened her eyes again. What? What? Wait. What decision? He could have been a liar. Dude, he's a gas thief at least. There he has no credibility. We reach a decision this time and we won't be swayed from it. That's what you always say every time. The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman and will duly hear the jury's findings. What? No! You can't yet. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you state your decisions now. Darn it. I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord. Oh, happy day. Oh my god, I just heard a harp just now. What? How is this happening? No, my lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination, like always. Very well, the court upholds the defense's right. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. You say that every time as well. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged. Oh, here we go again. Also need water. The jurors' contentions. A man of logic, me, and having considered all the evidence, defendant must logically be guilty. Not giving me the reason of what logic it was and what evidence, but okay. I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid pain. Haha. The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal. Gases. Maybe just... Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Wait, how is that? How is that related to why you're making the guide guilty? What the heck? Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times. If nothing else passed on victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Okay, his was the only one that made sense, okay, logically. I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind. What do you mean, never mind? That wasn't a reason to make the guy guilty. Oh my god, this whole thing is flawed. No, you should mind. Exactly. Truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Shakespeare was poisoned. There could be no doubt of that. Then how are we supposed to turn this around? I think it's the restaurant, dude. I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned. If it wasn't the tea that passed his lips, then it's the dinner that he ate that passed his lips, man. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly. But that's surely almost impossible at this stage. If we don't manage it, though, Mr. Natsume will be found guilty. No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Great. At least I look cool with my weird rat, speaker-looking rat on my shoulder. Mouse. The defendant's rebuttal. Okay, what? Okay, what? All the evidence, you say? What evidence? That's right. And there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at that Japanese man with a big mustache. Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache. Wow. Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind. If only we had that kind of evidence. What evidence? Be specific. Don't worry, this summation examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light. Let's hope so. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock. I do agree that gas is far too expensive. How is that reason? This isn't the time or the place to be discussing the price of gas, madam. But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas, and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money? I guess you have a point. Yeah, you have a point. It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever. This isn't a time or place to be ruthless either. If I might interject here. Yes, madam? It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price of our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Oh, what a beastly man. That unkempt mustache, those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas. Utterly unforgivable. Dude, the last one was not him. The last two are technically not him. No. Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding on more crimes. Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas. What? The stuff explodes and it can poison you. Lethal gases, what? How is it related? Can we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I'd take poison over gas every time. You'd take poison? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it? Goodness me, what are you talking about? Sit him straight, please, lawyer man. Oh, that's up to you. Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'd find poison also can't light or heat up a room. Wait, what was the point of his point? What was his point? What? Oh, you're right. I hadn't considered that at all. I know, I'm so confused too. Young lawyer man. Yes? You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you at as our company's legal representative. Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure. You got a new job. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. Huh? How's that related? Doesn't come for free. Costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes. Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas? Legit. That's like third person in a row. There's an all-out attack underway here, in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. Yeah, they're like the last two people. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so. She's really buzzing now. Like a bee. All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison. Any explosion could hardly be considered as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable. My point exactly, but the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know. More devious? Who, madam? Other gas companies, of course. Oh, not Monopoly? Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting. We generate gas and we deliver it to our customers fair and square. Indeed, nobody's questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all. What? If they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people? They trick them? Scam? You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that. They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible? Wait, maybe that's what the guy's doing. Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these deviants, reprobates, secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes, and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours, without us even knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft! When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has set up its tricks. Oh, soyeba. Speaking of which, oh, what's going on with you? Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3? Oh golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. I really did catch him off guard there. Maybe he was fooled by a company. That's why he's bad experience with gas companies. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct? Well, yes. I just got a little riled up about it recently, you see. Go on. An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. That was probably the other gas company saying they're going to check it, and then they divert it. So I let him in, and do you know what he did? I'm, afraid I have no idea. Please tell us. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall, and he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it. What the heck? What? Why? What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there. Huh? Oh, please, everyone knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you. Oh, because the gas coming out? What do you mean? I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network. Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it? Obviously, there's gas in the pipes. It's at a fairly low pressure. Oh, I was like, By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment. Oh yeah, they mentioned that. Oh, I see. In other words, if upon blowing to the pipe, the lights of an adjacent property that has no contract with your company. Flicker. How would you see the adjacent property one? You can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes. Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. Oh, is it Lillin Sholmes? Yes. Yes, it is. Trying to defeat the gas thief man, William Shanspeare. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker. The trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might, and you can guess what happened, can't you? Stuff exploded? Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean... That's right. The lights didn't just flicker, they went out. Oh, that. Low on the stove! Gas started pouring into the house. What? What a disaster. Gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard, so the flames went out. I'm afraid I yelled at the fella. Are you trying to kill us all? I said. So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing to the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Isn't that what happened to Natsume? Why he said that he sees hallucinations? And the stove always goes out? So Natsume, I think someone's trying to kill it. So Natsume, I think perhaps... Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Jury number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information. Oh, well, if you like. I don't mind. Well, I do. That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues that try to diddle us. Like I said, madam, it's widely known already. Very well. Jury number 3. You will amend your statement accordingly. Wait, who do I pit him against? Yes, my lord. Although I'm not quite really sure what the point of all this is, but... Extinguish everything in the house. I think it's be a different guy. What does he mean by evidence? Defendant must logically be guilty. I don't know, I have to keep going, I think. I still don't know what he's trying, what the point is. Oh wait, I already talked about this. Oops. Oops. Yep. Scoundrels, yep. Scoundrels. Steal our gas, sell it. How is it possible? Oops. How is it possible? Diverting it, theft. Like whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to its tricks. Oh wait, what? I had no idea. It's almost unbelievable. Oh, the after part of the conversation. It might seem unbelievable to you, but it's happening all the time, right here in the capital. It's very difficult selling something you can't see, you know? Very difficult indeed. Thank you, that will do. Clearly this is a very involved subject, but I feel we have digressed rather too much already. I concur. Though if my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe subject will suit him well. To your new career in nothingness. Oh my god, dude. Thank you so much. Burn me. You turn your attention to the next juror's assertion, please, counsel. What is he talking about? You mean it's poisoned? Your wife's tea? That's right. It's happened a tidy few times now. This is most troubling indeed. You just confess your wife poisons you? It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I get in at tea time, see? And I see her doing it. My wife. She gets a devilish look on her face, and she slips some white powder into my cup. And you drink it anyway? What? I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it. And what happened to you? What did it taste like? It was god-awful, believe you me. Salty as hell. Oh, she just added salt in it. The white powder was just salt. Wow. And I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt. No! So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly? Unbelievable. That's not the point. Let's move on, please. What? You're gonna accept that statement? There's no other explanation. Okay, let's see this guy. Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you change your leaning? Sorry. What's that now? Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night. What's the matter with you? What? Sorry? I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all? Wow. I feel there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here. Oh, the pot calling the kettle black, whatever thing. Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all, it would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently. I agree. I suppose the trouble is... He has selective hearing? Exactly. But still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that we all desperately need. The mouse looks super tired. This is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people. I do think that the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shamspear was really poisoned. He's by the pipes. You have to prove that it happened some other way and not via Mr. Natsume's tea. Or the dinner, like I said. Yes, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea how it did happen. Mr. Naruhodo? I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten. Oh, like what? It's important to watch everyone involved and pursue people. Oh, I already did that. If you'd like me to remind you exactly what I mean, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. Once again, Suzuki-san's fate is entirely in my hands here. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. So perhaps I ought to let Suzuki-san remind me. No need. I got it. Then again... Actually, I don't think there's any need. It's vital that we start trying to change these jurors' minds as soon as possible. Of course, I'm sure you're right. But if you decide you would like your memory refreshed, you need only ask, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm like stumbling over all my words. Hard to explain. Maybe I can use these two. I don't know if it works. I'm gonna try. Say. One says expensive, one says it's not cheap. Maybe these two. Postal statements are fundamentally at odds. Okay, guess not. My lord is foreman of the jury. I must object. Why? Being their leader, it's my duty to stand up for all jurors here present, and stand up for them I will. I concur with the foreman. Counsel, I warn you. I shan't abide any pettifoggery. I've never heard that word before. Until you've got your facts straight. Keep your pointy fingers to yourself. I thought I did. We're trying to find inconsistencies in these jurors' statements, Mr. Naruhodo. The key to it is comparing different things they say before attempting to pit. I did, dude. Okay, okay. Can I present stuff? I can't. This is so unrelated. What about gas? What about gas? Gas passed through his lips, right? Ingestion. 30 minutes after ingestion. 30 minutes. 1:30 a.m. Wait. I mean, he was blowing into the lamp then. I was like, well, it's like, what was his hands doing here on the side of this painting, right? And there's nothing behind the painting. Which means, but there's a lamp there, which means he's probably blowing into the lamp to try to kill Natsume-san every night. I think that was what's going on, actually, now that I look at this properly. I don't know which one to pick. What does this guy's blow too hard and you extinguish everything in the house and then you're in real trouble? Maybe these two. This guy and this guy, maybe? Never mind. Darn it. I think I saved, but still. I don't... I don't like the guy saying that the evidence. I want to see the foreman again. Want to avoid pain. What is the evidence? There's no room for doubts. I'll point to that guy. Maybe this guy and the third guy? Let me try you and the third guy. That's new evidence, right? Darn it. What do you want from me? Wait, nothing else passed his lips, right? That was the sixth guy. Nothing else passed lips. Gas passes lips, does that count? But the poison is technically a material. Wait a minute. What does this have anything to do with anything? I legit don't even know. Oh my god, is this one? Was it gas? Those two statements clearly contradict each other, do they? Good gracious, to whose statements do you refer, counsel? Yeah, I legit don't even know. Jury number 6, did you hear what jury number 3 just said? What? Yeah, of course, I heard him mumbling about something or other. There is another explanation here, I believe. Dude, I have not even caught up yet. Thing besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a matter of speaking, pass the victim's lips on laying question. Dude, I thought about this. I'm like, there's no way that is the thing, right? Because the poison is material. It's not gas, right? Because they said so, right? They said so, right? Was this one? Was this one? Small quantity of... I mean, I assume this one is solid. I mean, I could be wrong. I guess it could be a gas. Who knows? What explanation? Wait, I wonder if that means that he was trying to kill... I know he was trying to kill Natsume because he wanted that room, right? But then if he, I guess he was blowing into the gas pipes, right? And I guess maybe that he did it too hard or something, and like he accidentally blew out his gas as well, and then like, or something, and then the poison got into him because he inhaled too much gas. And because of that too, he got poisoned. And he's not saying that he did it, because if he admitted it, that he did that, that means he's obviously trying to kill someone else. Okay, that's my new theory now. I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene to see if there were any traces of poison there? I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard has enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. Oh. What a piece of work is the man. What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to these. Oh, he's trying to fight it. He's trying to not get to that part. I thought it had been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strike could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body. That's kind of a stretch to say all of a sudden. Though I feel like you need to show that, you know, he did do that first. Very tasty then? Gas pipe, is that what he's saying? Or is it the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas? Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him. For shame, madam, speaking thy fancy. I assure you, I'm not such a buffoon to have to kiss paper pipes. I stumbled again. This is no summation examination. This is a farce. Prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to place the lips to the pipe that feeds it, you would have to be a contortionist. These are empty assertions. There is no possible proof that the man did as you say. There is the handprint. It's true, I have no proof that Mr. Shanspeare put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shanspeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. I didn't need to do that. And have evidence to prove it. Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself. So would I. Let's see this evidence then. Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. The picture! The picture! Is the proof that, time and time again, Mr. Shanspeare stood in front of his gas lamp. Dun dun dun! Oh! Look, hello, Carmisi. Hola. What the? These are... Wait. What are they called? Yes. Skin prints are found at the scene. Skin prints? Skin prints council? I've never heard of such things. I don't think y'all did. Are we allowed to use that when it's not like verified technology? The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however. My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It reveals all the places that Mr. Shanspeare touched in his room. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it? Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Holmes fella, that's for sure. I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating. We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shanspeare also appeared to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. What's the mouth of the lamp anyway, by the way? For example, here. Around the hanging picture there, indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible. You can't prove it's his. Maybe we did it. Maybe we faked it. Well, I wonder, would he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps? At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of the lamp. In front of her. I don't believe it. The gas lamp. No. I mean, yeah. Although the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shanspeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp. Right. What have you been up to, you nut? Trying to kill the other guy. I'd ask the court to recall jury number 4's earlier statement. Me? What did I say? You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you recall jury number 3's statement... What? Me now? And the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe. It caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is... If Mr. Shanspeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will. And it wouldn't kill the landlord because he has windows. Freaky! What? Are you suggesting that the man purposely caused the gas to... He's a criminal in attempt murder. Or he did murder, actually. He murdered the other guy already. While I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination. He's never been silent the whole time, man. I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law. What is the meaning of this, Lord Benzix? This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by defense. So-called skin print. See, I knew it. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case. But it's an exciting new forensic technique, developed by a great detective. It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands. We had this same conversation last time. Certainly even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Holmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence. But... Please, my lord, if I may. Is that all? It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh, okay. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. Hello. She's like, we can't cover the truth. You guys might, it is possible. So don't, take our side for now. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree. Even if it's fake evidence, or not fake evidence, if it's not clear evidence, it's still some sort of evidence. You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide. Juror number 3. Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating, and I want to hear what that shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints. Oh. One more! What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy. Well, I did say it, didn't I? When I don't like to break a promise. No, wait! You heard his lordship. It's not fair dinkum evidence. Yeah, but doesn't mean he's guilty either. Or like my defendant. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Nesume's trial would have to continue. Why is it that a draw means it doesn't continue though? What? Thank you, Mrs. Sato. But I couldn't have done it without you. This guilty and tougher innocent man. Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. It was very much your success. Oh, he's sweating. Why, Mr. Shakespeare, you seem to be losing your composure. Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it! Very well, continue, counsel. Wait, what? One more? I don't have enough save slots left. Or not save slots. Lives left. He's good. I don't know what else it could be. His has nothing to do with anything. It's just about his wife's tea. Which means only her and him. There's no one else it could be. There's like no one else. Oh, darn it. It wasn't it. The tea? Could it be the tea? It wasn't her and him. There's only three choices here. This guy and this guy, or her and him. How are they related at all? Maybe I can talk to them again. Maybe they changed something. Oops. Oh, that's right, and there's no room for a doubt. It's all pointing to the Jeb. Oh wait, didn't I print this already? Why doesn't it let me skip? Oh, okay. What Diva has just presented demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that? What, your so-called skin prints? An exciting new forensic investigation technique, developed by the great detective himself. Credibility, I guess. The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shakespeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was. Well, yes, I won't deny that's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides, yes? Even if the fellow has been up to some mischief with the gas pipes dozens of times before, doesn't mean he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it? Oh. But he could have. If you can't make a case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance. But he could have. Possibility, man. You should make a very valid point, sir. What? That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty. Dude, no, wait. Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? It's time to prove your theory. You and Japanese course can, that is. Just leave our nationality out of this, please. I know, it's unrelated. Mr. Naruhodo? Oh wait, wrong one. Mr. Naruhodo, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid that the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back. Oh, I can give them evidence? In proof, can I show that Mr. Shakespeare really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question? I feel like this guy, he did kill this guy. Night in question. Did he do it on the night in question? I don't think you can tell from here. What is this envelope in the end? Testimony. I guess. No, in truth, I don't have any evidence to support my theory. However, Mr. Garrett, there is a witness testimony that substantiates it. What's the testimony? This is incredible! Whose testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. The person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garrett residence that night. Namely... I forgot legit what he said, but it's probably him. Well, Mr. Foreman, does that oh. GG. Phew, I don't think he was listening. Mr. Church Counsel, I shall let such Actually, I want to see what happens. Thank you, Counsel, that will do. I've seen enough. According to the powers vested in me by Her Majesty the Queen, I declare no further examination necessary. I believe the court has been presented with more than enough evidence to pass judgment. As such, I shall be requesting the final decisions of the members of the jury. Are you all ready, Mr. Foreman? We're all ready, my lord. I want to see what happens when I lose. Very well, very good, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will announce your findings to the court in turn, please. Oh, okay. I think I should be innocent. What? Why did he turn back? Wait, he didn't say he was gonna think about it though, did he? That's Miss Suzuki. In accordance with the findings of this court, I pronounce you Yuzai guilty. I applaud the jurors for their doing their civic duty and for finding a swift resolution to this matter. That is all. Court is adjourned. Low. Okay. Let's try from this scene. No, wait, scene. Oh, I guess I can try that. I can save anyway. What is scene? Oh, the whole thing? Well, I guess. Oh, that's annoying though. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Wait, let me go from a saved. I don't want to ask them all everything again. Let's see what she says. Oh, same thing? Yeah, it's letting me skip, so... Oh, the whole thing's similar. Okay. If only I can skip. Yeah. Gas. Steal our gas. How is it possible? They'd connect their pipes to ours. I think it's definitely that other guy, but like I don't know if I don't have evidence. I think it's supporting testimony. But who could it be? Oh, maybe Natsume? He did say... Well, I don't know if you can use a victim. I mean the guilt accused to be witness testimony though. Let's see what he says. Oh, same thing. Darn it. Yeah, it's definitely that other guy then. Dude, he is definitely unrelated. Please change your thing to innocent. Yep, salt in the tea. Oh yeah, okay. It's definitely this guy. Yep. Adjusting my non-existent armband like always. Famous night in question. They do it in the night of question. I still think Mr. Gyaradev, he did see it though. Why did that not work? I don't understand. Get evidence. He's like, I saw the lamps, they flickered, you were using gas or something. I still think supporting testimony. Now, who do I have? People. It's been a couple weeks, I don't remember. Is it him? Is it him? Gas poisoning. I don't know if I have evidence. I don't have evidence that he did it on the night in question. Is there anything here you can tell? Where's the lamp? Is it over here? Next to the gas pipe? Oh yeah, it's right next to it. Maybe his foot was wet also? Because of this? And he was... That's probably why he got gas actually. Cheated gas because he needed the gas to poison the guy. Is this one? There's this weird hole though. I do admit that is weird. Why does the Gyaradev not work? He did have this though, actually, in his room. Will it change anything? Probably not. Oh, ペテンシさんの事件ですね。あ、ペテンシって言うんですか？日本語で。ウィリアム・シェイクスピアみたいな名前じゃないのか。Which one? I don't know. Can I show he really did blow down the gas pipes on the night in question? Can I? I did Mr. Garrick did. Why didn't that work? Oh, could it be? I can't choose him, right? He did say he ran out of gas though. Alright, let me try him. Okay. I still think using the accused as testimony is not a good idea. Oh, 海外版だと名前も服装も変わっています。いや、服装は、DLC じゃないけど、設定で変えてます。多分同じかな。名前は変えてますけど。You! Okay, the right one. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Natsume Soseki himself. The defendant? At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following. My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. Even on that fateful night, it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed. But before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me! DLC 多分 DLC かな。新しい DLC のあれと思います。Steam で発売してるやつです。On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not? Good golly! So that Shakespeare fellow blew air into the gas pipe to make the man's stove go out on purpose to kill him. Now hold your horses there. What will he do that for? Mr. Foreman. What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye. Objection. 英語もしてる感じですか？うわい。Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost. Natta, finally! 4 people! And we're still at the beginning of the trial, and it's only been 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's 4 jurors leaning toward not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. Oh, they're so cute! And the outfit still from the back. As the defense has rightfully indicated, summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now called guilty, 4 now called not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Wow, that's unbelievable! Mr. William Shakespeare. My lord. Oh, my lord, how can thy humble Shakespeare serve thee? What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination? So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe. But your handprints have made a tiny mess all over the wall there. How do you explain that, eh? Dude, the bottom. That's a waste of money. If you're not gonna drink it or whatever, give it to me. Unless you drink it already, then maybe I don't need it. But still, you can recycle it. I'm done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5. シェイクスピアさんになってる。そう。ウィリアム・シェイクスピアのあれ。なんか、あれです。パロディみたいな。日本版だと、ペデンシーさん。ペデンシー。あれちょっと待ってね。あれでしたっけ？インポスターみたいなあれでしたっけ？合ってるんでしたっけ？日本語。そこ合ってない可能性あります。合ってないかもしれない。合ってるかもしれないです。OK。そうです、インポスター。ああ、そういうことね。もうそのままですね。Wow, interesting. The Japanese version is Shakespeare's name is just imposter. Legit. Wow. That's so obvious. Who me? As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains, at this time, unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that. Yeah! Higiari! Objection! But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the lamp into Mrs. Shakespeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there... What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in tea, some remnants of tea were required. Oh, right. Why can't you check for powder? Yes. Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have been completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible. Ugh! I didn't think of that. Neither did I. Yunosuke, neither did I. In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you described. He wants to kill him! Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipe work where he lived? I know! There's only one possibility that I can think of. Murder. And that is attempted murder. To use the leaking gas to commit murder. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you for saying it. Finally, we got here. Finally! Order! Order! Counsel! Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end? The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shakespeare wanted to end the life of... Right! If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be unnoticed. It would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live around those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You'll freeze to death in no time. Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, he wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shakespeare was trying to end. Outrageous! I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Dun. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder. Good gracious. What? I can't believe it. He's the murderer? I thought he's just a gas thief. Oh my god. The accused is actually the aggrieved. Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here. What? How can you still claim that? Because I have no evidence, dude. Show me my evidence. Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then arises is, who put it there? Oh. That's a great question. I think it's Garadeb. I think he's been checking the lamps and stuff for suspicious activity. No, I think he's trying to protect the people. I think he says he checks the lamps because he wants to ensure that they're safe in their actually, you know, movement. I think it's olive green. No, wait, but why did she commit suicide then? If it was her, I would have like killed the guy first and then commit suicide instead of commit suicide. Who is it? I don't know. Maybe he accidentally poisoned himself. Well, that doesn't make sense. I still think he got poisoned due to too much gas. I don't know. I don't think that works that way though. The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. It could be Mr. Garadeb. It could be Mr. Garadeb. Yes, that indeed would seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shakespeare's murderous designs? You mean to suggest? Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. It's not so miss what you're saying. Only the man whose life is being threatened could possibly have known. No. Mr. Garadeb could have known. What? In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been accused, Mr. Natsume Soseki, or Soseki Natsume, in British. They say it the opposite way. Ugh. Whatever Mr. William Shakespeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. But he didn't die. He didn't die, though. I don't know. If someone wanted to kill him, you would have make sure he died, right? No? But in the end, he didn't die. Which means either the person put too little poison, or it wasn't meant to kill him. I don't know. And the only person who could have possibly perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established. No! No! That suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend? Ah. Ah! Oh my god, now he is the murderer. Dude, I guess this gas thief wasn't a murderer at all, but he did try to murder him. But then again, the other guy tried to murder him back, so which one is the guilty? I don't know. How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly? Mr. Naruto, you must respond! Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage. Is this the last trial? What advantage? Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shakespeare's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt. Okay, wait. Actually, wait. You mean name the true culprit? I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all. As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison. It's all pointing to a particular person now. The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman. What? Yeah, don't you worry. We know exactly what... Yeah, there is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime. The true culprit. A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nipponese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those disappointing, insulting words, but okay. Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime? Okay, wait, save. Okay, I think it's either... There's two people I can think of. They are either this guy who is also in the same he looks at the lights, or this guy who was sneaking a look. He wants to kill the guy because he knows he steals gas and he sees him doing something. He spies on him. I think it's either or this guy or this guy, but I think okay, no, I think I got it. His friend was killed, right? The other guy was killed. He found out that this guy was killed by William Shakespeare, and so he's like, no, I'm gonna kill you because you killed my good son. He was like my son. It's him. His motive. You claim this person is the true culprit? Highly suspicious. I would say yes. Perhaps, my learned Nipponese friend, you should turn those— darn it! Nah! It's not him! There's one other person, I guess. Ah, alright. 今までの情報をよく覚えたし、3週間前プレイしたんで覚えてないです。No. I mean, it could be her too. It Could be her. He passed away. Okay, wait. I have this girl or this guy next. He's a witness. Why would he kill the guy though? I don't think he would kill the guy. I think it could be her. But like I said, if it was her, she would have not committed suicide. I want to see my list of evidence again in conversation. I want to see my list. Give me my list of evidence. I want to see my evidence. An utterly unforgiving of gas theft. Maybe it's him. Yeah, I don't remember anything 3 weeks ago. Okay, yeah, I don't think it's, if I were her, I would not commit suicide after. So, and she just regained consciousness. So maybe I think it's her. I think it's him, maybe. It's like, how dare you, gas thief? He already died, right? He died. I mean, I totally thought it was him. Oh, GG, okay. Okay, GG, okay, wait. Wait, wait. Wait. What? Who else? I want my list of history and conversation. What? It can't. International. I probably would just guess though at this point because I don't remember 3 weeks ago. He died. He died. He died. I thought he definitely was gonna be him. Wait, is it himself? Wait, maybe from history. The evidence, the poison. What if he just ingested it himself? But why? Why would he do that? He wanted to poison himself so that he can say Natsume Soseki did it. Because he didn't die. That's the whole point. I said it earlier. He didn't die, so the person didn't want to kill himself. So which means it was probably himself. This guy. Darn it! Really? Really? I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was a pretty good theory. I'm trying to concentrate harder. Darn it. Girl. Girl. I mean, it could be, but she committed suicide. She committed suicide. Why would you? He's the only one, she's the only one I've left. Really? Wait, no, but no. Oh, are you saying she had access to her medical stuff? No. But she... Wait, wasn't she trying to drink the poison? Was she not actually trying to drink the poison? No, see, if I was going to get revenge, I kill him first and then I commit suicide, okay? Like, if I was to do that. Why would I try to kill a guy and then I failed and then I commit suicide? Like, why would I, yeah, you know, if I'm going down, I'm bringing the guy with me, man. The guy who killed my beloved. Like, alright, okay, well, I'll see. The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shanspeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green. Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green? I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Counsel, but I don't recall where. Miss Olive Green, the woman from 6 days ago. But why? I know, actually, no, I know why, but how? Actually, no, yeah, why and how? The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road, an incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add. Oh, of course, yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe, but I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago. and I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shakespeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Was that 3 days ago? 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So she put the poison there already. Before she came, so she was near the place in the beginning, right? And then she put the poison there, and then she got stabbed accidentally in the back. She went to hospital, and she's like, "Oh, yep, I already left the poison there. He's probably gonna die." She. Oh wait, no, but he roomed next to her though. Maybe she wasn't trying to drink the poison exactly. She just dropped the bottle, didn't she? Oh wait, no, I think she was about to like drink the bottle though. I don't remember. I'll see. Oh, hey Ryan. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi. True, on the night that incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital, unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still. Oh yeah, Natsume was in a trial the whole time. So like, that's why William Shakespeare never needed to blow into the gas pipe. But now that he's back, and that's his back on the first night, he started blowing into it again. That's why it took so long from her putting the poison until William Shakespeare got poisoned. That makes sense. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. Good gracious, she had poison? And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. Wait, she had poison, but she was drinking it. No? I don't understand that part. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court. Tell me, Mr. Shakespeare. My lord, pray, what be thy bidding? Are you acquainted with Miss Green? Yeah, no, never heard of her. Judging by the look on Mr. Shakespeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name. Yeah, he knows the other guy. Is the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here? I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nipponese friend's farce through to its conclusion. I appreciate that. Prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here. Yes, Miss Olive Green. Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. Oh, very well. I grant the request. Excellent, I hope. The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned. Is this the end of this, or is it like gonna go straight to the other one? To be continued. Oh, that was fast. Decision. Do I continue? Or do I... You know, let's continue. I'll forget by the next week. I don't know if I'll be actually, I will be busy next week, so I should continue. Hopefully it ends soon, though. I'll do one more. Oh, have a nice day. ありがとうございます。コメントしてました。Have a nice day too. 23rd February, 11:32 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Joyful, jubilant, jumping jacks. Actually, wait. Before I go, or not go, let me see how long it will take. What is this right now? Dai Gyakuten Saiban. I guess I look into English too. Great Case Attorney Chronicle Resolve. Trial Part 2. Time. Let's see how long it takes. Does it tell you? Does it tell you how long it takes? That'd be so nice if they do. Oh, okay. There's trial part 2 and there's trial part 3. Wait, am I not in part 2? What's going on? Wasn't I already on trial part 2? This is part 2 and part 3. I thought I was already on part 2 though. Really weird. Oh, GG on the case. I did finish one part, but I'm trying to decide if I want to continue on. Because I guess I could just look at some video and see how long they took. Clouded Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. It took what if I just look at this on YouTube? See how long it takes. It's gonna be 2.5 hours, probably. The whole thing is 7 hours. Two hours. I can do an extra one, I think. How long is part 3, actually? Trial 3. I think it depends on that, too. I'll determine on that how long I want to do this. Part 3 is 1 hour. Probably. Oh. In that case... Wait, one's 2 hours, one's an hour. This is a 1 hour and almost 2 hours. The weirdest part, has the verdict happened yet? Not yet. Trial part 2, but so I want to continue first. Next part's gonna be 1 hour, so 2 hours plus 1 hour. I'll go continue, I guess. Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you. Locum student Mr. Naruto Esquire, non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquire. And now finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent and proof that my tea is innocent. Oh, good morning, my dear fellows. Here, Sherlock Holmes, may you drink my tea and fall forever silent. I thought the tea was innocent. Oh, Mr. Holmes, you came! How wonderful! Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces. Nobody said or thought anything of the sort. The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. Such spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, does it not? Oh yes! And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep? I queried. Why, time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter? Amazing. Oh, yes. Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink all night. And the results, by first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness. Shocking. And so the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. You could not have done it on any other non-important day. But okay. Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already. What others presuppose I prove by experimentation. That is important, I agree. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Ah, yes, and one more thing. Do you remember this? Ah! I do not remember what that is. Yes, of course, it's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh! Oh, you didn't manage to... It was a laborious task, as the bottle was near empty. But such inconveniences do not hinder Holmes. He spoke in third person. I managed to confirm that it contained that one. So I was right. Perhaps, though of course, such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. Was she actually trying to drink it though? Maybe she just had it. Ah, could I have a word? Who is this? Oh. Rexon, how good of you to come. You mean you. Forget it. Excuse me. He's like, never mind. I'm not dealing with this weirdo. Wait a minute, Inspector. Oh, I'm also in the way. I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself. From the look on your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself. Yeah, the other guy. My dear Inspector, please, speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me. Do you have the results, Inspector? Of the investigation of Mr. Shakespeare's room? Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually. Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shakespeare's room? A man by the name of, yes, Selden. I went through the archives of the yard and dug out the fellow's file. It's poisoning by gas, isn't it? There's something in there that, well, it caught my eye. Something caught your eye? What, Inspector, what? Oh no, not the poisoning. He probably, like, left his treasure somewhere. That's probably what it says. I've copied out the relevant parts for you so you can read it for yourselves. Thank you. Capital offenders file has been entered. Oh, wait, let me see that first. These documents include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shakespeare's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have duplicate information. Thank you. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though? Actually, let me look at it first. Wait, let me see what it says. Scotland's forward about that includes the paper about him dying of illness in prison. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder, died of natural causes while in prison. His final moments witnessed only by a cellmate. Estimated 1,000 pounds of worth of loot he stole remains unrecovered. See? I knew it. Oh, this is the other part. Yeah. Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion. Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful. Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown. A shining diamond in the rough, maybe? I'll never heard of the in the crown, but okay. Look, I don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Okay, now we're even. We're even, yeah. Counsel for defense and defendant. For court proceedings are about to resume. Make your way into the courtroom at once. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. I'm not nodding off at all, certainly not. Of course, thank you, Mr. Holmes, yep. I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in flood of tears personally, so best of luck to you. Welcome, student, Mr. Tanahara Esquire! Yes, Mr. Natsume. It's time, isn't it? Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shakespeare. It's going to be the final battle. Is this the final? I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't really have- wait, we said that last time too though. I won't really have saved no Soseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Ryunosuke. You have to. Talking to myself. Like what I'm doing now. Did they not eat lunch at all? I guess they didn't have time for lunch. In the case of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense, namely that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident. A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores. Thank you for that backhanded consideration. A rather cool assessment from the honorable British prosecutor, I might say. So, Lord Vensix, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand? Ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, my lord. Very well. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in. Wait, witnesses? Shakespeare and... Okay, yeah. Two. His smile irks me a bit still. Witnesses. Oh, witnesses. State your names and occupations for the court, please. Again? Dude, we've seen this guy like the whole time. William Shakespeare, my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only that I be a tragic victim to be pitied. Really unemployed, in other words. I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no, not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose. Also currently unemployed, in other words. I like how he's just like, unemployed, you mean? Neat. Not neat. Yeah, it's actually neat. What a coterie. What is coterie? Mr. Shakespeare? My lord, I am thy humble servant. I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. A possibility that has been raised that you are in fact the assailant intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you. I wouldn't for naught else, my lord. And Miss Green. Yes? You are aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume? Ah, she's hiding something. Yes, the officer did explain. Oh, he said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon. Ridiculous. And do you accept the charge, Miss Green? I mean, if you're gonna suicide, it doesn't really matter anymore. I don't know anything about any poisoning, and I don't know anything about this man. Come, lady, die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly pea-pigmented personage. Ah. You say she's green, even though she is? Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand. That being to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair. It's all very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever go to the East End anyway. It so happens that I passed by the neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. Yep. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital, fighting for my life. Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Gyakuten household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. Or are the books there again? I forget. I think he like dropped it or something? I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife, though through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion? What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing. Your energies may be better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green. At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shakespeare's lodgings is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why... No, there's more, obviously. We would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened. Oh no! The incident 6 days ago, you mean you want me to relive the awful accident? Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. Again. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shakespeare. But what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned. I mean, that's very true. Let us proceed then. Witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court on the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February. I should change the thumbnails for all these with their faces on them. The evening of 17th February. It was 6 days ago at about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, oh, you're touching the paint with your cheek. Why you gonna make a mark? Even though it doesn't look like it has any mark. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings. I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakest, for I had bespoke my supper. I would not remember what happened 6 days ago, legit. It was the first time I've been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Like what? Anyway, I was admitted straight to hospital, so I knew nothing about all of this business. I don't believe you, but okay. I don't believe you. Yes, the second incident inside a week at what I believe to be aptly described as The haunted lodgings. One can only presume this is a most unfortunate coincidence. Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shakespeare? 'Twas the following morn when I did awaken that I learned of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine! Oh, and if it weren't for all these weapons people bringing in, one might almost think painting on the sand is odd. Yeah, like it's so normal now. The guy has a staff that's kind of bendable. The guy has a sword. I have something. Oh, I also have a sword, I believe. Kazuma, yep. And Soseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder, you mean? As suspected, there is nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance. Happenstance? Like coincidence? It's true, it does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance, but I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here. I know already. I know. I feel certain of it. I know. And this is my one and only chance to expose it. Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish. The fact that he's not in his room means that she could have snuck into his room. That's what that means. Evening of 17th February. 6 days ago, walking. Okay, I think that's okay. When something happened to me just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodging, that's fine. It's because when it was summer, it was the first time I've been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to. This is the part I want to ask about. What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It was nothing really. It's not worth mentioning. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. Oh. It was related to the card you were holding. I legit don't remember 3 weeks ago. Miss Green? Was she actually drinking that bottle? Oh, she was. Why would she do that? She didn't kill the guy properly. Kill the guy properly and then drink the bottle. That's why I didn't think you were a culprit. That's legit why I didn't think you were a culprit. What was that? She clearly just hit something behind her back. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Dun, dun, dun. Wait, who told her about it then? What does that matter? There's nothing to Duncan. Oh, I know it. Mr. Shakespeare, do you have something to share with the court? To be or not to be, that is the question. Oh, finally he quoted that famous one from Hamlet. Ah, pray forgive me. The great bard's word springeth from within me with ne'er a thought. Don't tell me it's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps? Well, nay, sir. 'Twas nothing at all. Presumably you know the name, though? Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean? After all, you were both lodgers in the same house. I would it were so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me, except Mr. Natsume. So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours? Miss Green. Me, my lord? Have I done something wrong? The card I was mentioned before, containing the note. Do you have it upon your person? Oh, it's the envelope. Oh, I do yet. Oh, she left it there, which is proof that she was at the place. Got it, everyone. I got it. I do, yes, but I don't have it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really. Dun dun dun! Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please. Miss Green's card has been entered. A note in an envelope that seems to have been ripped open rather roughly. It contains instructions to meet with someone who claims to have information about Duncan Ross. Let me look at it first. Of course, that's what links Mr. Shakespeare and Miss Green. Dude, did you forget? I remembered. Let's look at it. Envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly than that. Also, it's green, I realized. What is it? The envelope is torn. I'm almost certain I've seen the exact same shape somewhere before. I think it's the green envelope more than the shape. That's important. Or that's, you know, striking, but okay. Oh, you don't mean... Were you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruto? Exactly, that's it. Try to match them up. I'll look at the note. Dun, dun, dun. They go together perfectly. This torn off end of the envelope clearly belongs with this card. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, perfect. Anything else? You'd think they would have like an address here, but whatever. Okay. It's Duncan Ross. Now, continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green. Anyway, I was in Ministry Hospital, so I knew nothing about all of his business. I want to check this part, see if it was actually empty. Or his place is empty. A tavern, you say? Which one? It was the Slug and Salad where I did tarry. It is a jewel in the East End. And a little unexpected, I feel. What? What do you mean, Lord Van Zieks? The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining for the locality at least. Wait, he has no money though. Not an establishment you'd expect to be patronized by a man without even a crumb of bread in his room. Oh, suspicious? It's true. The menu lists premium crust of bread. Premium crust of bread? I've never heard that expression before. I heard of premium meat. What is premium crusts of bread? In glasses of water, in different levels of cloudiness. Oh my god. I don't want someone to treat me to that place. I would have expected grub scrubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for meals. Watery soup and mushy peas, or rather, soupy water and pea like mush. Ew. All equally appetizing. I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that? You're still in gas though? How different can water really be? Very true. Or perhaps there's some more plausible explanation. A specific reason why you had to go to that particular establishment. Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days he dined at a place he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So Mr. Shakespeare's own actions on the day of the incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious. Maybe someone invited him. You're like, here, I got you a ticket to this restaurant free of charge. You order whatever, and to get him out of the house. It has to be like a nice... evidence to explain that. Do I have evidence to explain that? I don't... I don't have evidence at the moment. Wish we did, but sadly I can't think of anything at the moment. If we find a clue that can explain why Mr. Shakespeare went there, we must present it to the court. Yes, absolutely. If that is all Miss Manaquan, so I would ask Miss Green to reiterate her next statement. Okay. First time in the area. Tattoo. Let's see what she says here. Yes, you did regain consciousness until the day after the trial, did you? In the early hours. Exactly. So how could I have had anything to do with it? And yet you still haul me in here to court like this, honestly. So at the time of the poisoning, the witness was unconscious in her hospital bed. Could there be a more airtight alibi, I ask you? And yet, in spite of that, you claim that I was the culprit. Well, but you certainly haven't produced any evidence to support your wild claim, have you? None at all. There you have it. The good lady has yet to see evidence, my Lord Nipponi's friend. I'm working on it. I'd have the evidence so that she was in the room, at least. You can also point out here that the jury's next decision will be the final. We're really up against the wall here. Okay. Oh, Mr. Nadhuddle, you've pursued Mr. Shakespeare wonderfully there. It's worked out well, hasn't it? We have a new clue at last. Alright, now I need to pull off really insightful objections somewhere. Well, as you've managed to expose this promising new angle, I wonder if you should perhaps try to develop that. Yes, of course. Kneeling out objections isn't necessarily the best way to do that, I suppose. Even when she seems to be at an advantage, she's sweating. She's always sweating. Okay, let's ask the rest of the stuff. I'm well acquainted with this case. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. and I woke up to find that the case had been solved and their culprit arrested. Yes, the incident has been resolved already. Perhaps it would help you to consider it a bad dream that ended with your awakening, and should now be forgotten. Yes, I suppose so. Thank you. Before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day, for us to arrive at the truth about this new case. The trouble is, there's nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement. Coincidentally? So you weren't inside? What were you doing there that day, though? What do you mean? The art school you attend. What's it called? Yes, it's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. According to Mr. Holmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road, which is some 10 stops away from the scene on the underground. I believe you mentioned before that you also live on Brixton Road, isn't that right? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End? Well, it's because, oh yes, of course, I thought it might make a nice picture. Witness is a student of art. City-dwelling artists can't all paint grand urban vistas. That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of that part of town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less grating term. Point is, she's definitely hiding something. Yeah, we all knew that. Yes, it seems she's not going to be forthcoming about the truth. If she's trying to hide why she was there that evening, it must mean that there's a reason for her not wanting us to know. That's the key. Do I already know? And you, Mr. Shakespeare, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago? Okay, I already went through everything. I still think, okay. Do I have evidence? Maybe she wasn't drinking. Maybe she's just like thinking about it. Oh, nothing to Duncan. Duncan Ross. Please, Miss Green, tell us more about that note. Is this new? I'm sorry. There's really nothing I can tell you, but I can assure you it's unrelated to all of this. Completely unrelated. I don't think so. The truth is, you went out that day because that's what the note told you to, isn't it? The instructions were for you to come to Briar Road at 5 o'clock that afternoon. Actually, why? Who told him that? Why? Maybe it was an accident the knife went into her back. Who's gonna call her out? Legit. I think it's Mr. Garrett did, but like... I guess he had a fight that day or something. I don't know. I didn't think I should go at first, but then... I thought it might be a good opportunity to see what the East End looked like. Very well, if that's your final word on the matter. Continue, please. What? I don't know. Where was the part that had the thing? Where was the part that had the... Oh, evidence here. Here it is. Oh wait, no, it's not there. The knife in her back was an accident. Yeah, I have to assume unrelated to anything other than bad timing coincidence. But they told her to come there at 5 p.m. Which happened to be a time she was stabbed in the back. Like, was that really a coincidence? Really? With this part? Okay. Tavern. Was it not this one? No, where was the part where I present evidence? Or I could just do it now, actually. Sometime. Oh, reason he goes out. Reason he had to go out. A reason he had to go out. A reason. A reason. A reason. Oh. No, wait, 6 days ago. Water was stopped 3 days ago. Maybe she invited him to go out to eat. A reason for him to go out. A reason. Oh wait, what about this guy? Maybe he needed to visit this guy. This morning. What was this morning? When was that? October? Oh, since October. Why can't I look at this note? This proves that she was there. It doesn't prove that he went out. I don't know. What could it be? Let me see in a second. Oh, we are at part 3. What the heck? Oh, this is the last one then. Cool. That's the only thing I have left. Mr. Shakespeare. Yes, sire? On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speakest. Very well, I will present the court with evidence, which I don't have. Evidence that explains why you had to be at the Slug and Salad that day, namely... I feel like this has to be important somewhere, you know? Eventually. Where is Slug and Salad? Namely... 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 This guy! This guy! Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, good Horatio, there are more things in heaven and earth than there are dreamt in your philosophy. Horatio? I believe it's a line from Shakespeare's play Hamlet, Mr. Naruto. Be it alive in the great Shakespeare, or from this Mr. Shakespeare. The message is the same. I learned Nipponi's friend is wide of the mark. Very surprising giving this when it's obtuse literary equals. I wonder if there isn't perhaps some evidence that would explain. Nah, that's why I'm trying to. That's why I'm trying to explain that. Horatio. Ratio. Right, let me go. Oh. Wait, coincidentally, you got the message though. I thought you had the note that said you had to go there. Wait, she has been in this room though. Wait, let me try to like show the envelope when she said it's in her room or something. Wait, my bad, I clicked too far. When she's like, I have nothing to do with this case. She does because she was in his room. It could be here or here though. I think it could be either. Let's try this. Nope. Clearly grounds that for being suspicious of that last statement. I'm sorry, counsel, but I fail to see why. Well, you know, I was just playing devil's advocate. Yes, you do appear to have something of the devil in you, Mr. Naruhodo. No! 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 Maybe this one? The last statement was contradictory number of ways. That's right, my lord, number of ways. Perhaps we need to concentrate on one contradiction at a time. Darn it. Was it not this one? I still think it's this one. Or this one. Matter to attend to. This one? Darn it. And you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it feels like they're all related, but I just don't know where to put it. Coincidentally. Coincidentally. Okay, let's restart that. Oops, not save, not save, not save, no, not save. That's like game over. And this part might be something, but I don't know what it could be. What are his books about, legit? Oh wait, what about... Coincidentally... Or a bottle poison. Actually, did I even look at this yet? Oh, I didn't. So this is the poison we've been hearing so much about. Strike whatever I can name. There are a few remnants on the bottom of the bottle here, look. Mustn't be tempted to try it. Of course not. As long as we don't lose this trial. Lol. Funny. No! Even if we lose the trial. We mustn't lose the trial in the first place, Mr. Naruhodo. Make your mind up, Susato-san. That's it. What? I thought there'd be more important stuff. Lame. She did have this on her though. Actually, that's very true. Can I just... No business related, but she had the poison. Oh, darn it. I clicked too fast again. She had the poison, so that could be related. Okay, here it is. How about this one? Darn it. Okay. Why was he there? I feel like that also... I don't have any evidence of why he was there though. See his art supplies here if you look closely. In Mr. Shan- wait, this is in Mr. Shansby's room? Wait, it was right, it was there. Maybe the suffering from fever thing might be related. Later on. Any hints? I want hints. Unless I just clicked the wrong. What is it related? X. The X. The X. Coincidentally. Outside the house where the man in this case had the lodgings. Look at all their notes again. Hmm. Not Berri Road, not Berri Road. Make a nice picture. Crumbling. So it's not the first and second one. First, second one has nothing. First, second one has nothing. Tavern, which one? Why were you there? Wait. You said supper? But she got... She was stepped at 5 p.m. That's like barely dinner time, if not even. Hello, the BGMs go slower. Lower, lower. The key. Why was he there? Have evidence on this? This is not 6 days ago. Yeah, no gas maybe? But why there, of all places, right? Why? Why? Wait, wasn't that the day he... Natsumi-san was called, right? To be in court. Because he stabbed the lady. Which means no one's at home. So he went out to... something with the prison? Let me try to present that file as evidence. Did I do that already? I don't remember. I don't know what this place they're talking about is though. Like, I don't know what about it. Slug and Salad. Where is that anyway? I legit don't know where that is. More books. It doesn't say anything about that. Did he send it to her? I don't think he would have sent it to her. Why would he have sent a message to her to tell her to go there though? Oh, maybe he thought that she knew. No, I guess that's not it. Oh, really? Really? Really, what? What is going to restaurant have anything to do with the letter? I believe this card reveals the answer. Good lord, Miss Green's card, you mean? That's right, my lord. It reads, I thought she snuck into a place to put the poison. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad. Oh, did she say that? Dude, I wish they'd let me see the message, man. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Dude, you should tell me what it said, man. Mr. Shakespeare, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Personally, I find it hard to believe that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shakespeare? Well... Excuse me, can I say something? Yes, Miss Green. That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it? Well, you'd think so, yes, but it's hard to believe. It's merely... My lord, may I? May you what, Miss Green? I'd like to make something very clear about that card. Did you open it? It says open inside the room. Very well then, you may amend your testimony to include details about the part The peculiar note. Peculiar note. This note was delivered to me at my address. It's nothing to do with the odd man next to me here. It got open. Save again. I finally got something. I don't know why that worked, but I didn't know what was in the letter. They don't tell me what, they just like, remember what she said? I'm like, I don't remember, man. Because it doesn't show me the message. Nothing to do with the guy, right? Except it does. The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago now, this note was delivered to your address. And upon carrying out the instructions on the note, you found yourself in hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible, everything that's happened to me. Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's the torn off end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. Where did you find that? Maybe she had it in her pocket and she dropped it when she was inside the room, is what I'm saying. In Mr. Shakespeare's room. Oh! She invited him! It wasn't the opposite! She said she got the note. It turns out she was inviting him. He doesn't have money to go to that place. She invited him so that he would be outside and for some odd... Yeah. She invited him. So the note is in his room. She tried to take it back, but she accidentally left that torn part that he tore because he obviously opened the note in his room, right? She forgot the other part of the letter is now... Yeah, that's what happened. In my room? Mr. Shakespeare? Do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? How did he not mention this before, though? Well... Your actions afternoon. Follow the instructions in the note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. And so that's exactly where you went. That's why she wasn't there at 5 p.m. then. Because she was exactly 5 p.m. on that Briar Road. If she was supposed to go there, she would have been away late. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shakespeare. You already knew about this note, didn't you? So you didn't say it. And you, Miss Green. What did I do? As this torn off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shakespeare's room. So how is it that it came to be in your possession? I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all. You're gonna lie about that? You're like, I had no idea, man. There's only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shakespeare's room and stole it. You do what? Sorry. Thou hast... What? You broke... I mean, thou were in my room? What on earth do you want with me? It's kind of obvious now. It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again. Lol, they both lied at different things. Miss Green. Yes? Well, you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you've endured in recent events. Anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. But should he lie? Does that matter? Wouldn't she just be... Even if she keeps lying, it wouldn't change her verdict, would it? Or change the fact that she lied. Please bear that in mind. Yes, I know. Well, she was gonna commit suicide probably anyway. Very well then, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to have received. Witness testimony! Again. I do remember now, 'twas a week ago. Peradventure, that note was delivered unto me on the day writ within. Therein I did tarry a long hour at the Slug and Salad, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow, I did see the note had vanished. You didn't think anything weird? I don't know what you mean. You think I stuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? I can point out the villain here, and as for that torn off piece of the envelope, I don't know anything about it. That's how you're playing it? You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shakespeare? Faith, 'tis so, my lord. He lied so many times. and I would swear to have it set upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet 'tis clear to me now that since I returned from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it. Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was... Actually, it's fine, whatever and all, that, you know, she killed the guy who killed her beloved, whatever. But, like, she was okay, like, framing an innocent person for her crime, though? And she was gonna commit suicide anyway. At that point, you might as well just quit. You might as well say, yeah, I did it because he did this. Reveal his evil deeds, especially because he's alive. And then at that point, you can suicide. Like, she's okay, just doesn't care about the other guy, I guess. A lie? Lie? Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying. I beg your pardon? Oh, duh. The other guy could be lying too. I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said, and fledgling artists don't lie. I don't think that's true either. The note was delivered to me at my address. Besides, actually, why does it not have an address written on there? Besides, we all know who the liar around here is. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question, found in Mr. Shakespeare's room. I don't see why I should explain. Sorry? Innocent until proven guilty? Except the other guy was obviously guilty and proven innocent. I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give the explanations and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer. That's very true, though. Fledgling will do his best. Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth. Well, counsel? I'm ready, my lord. Very well, then. The defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses. Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shakespeare's room. There can be no question of that. And that's how she acquired the note. Yes, the two facts that are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all this. And it's not a pretty one. I already figured out what happened already. I think she was the one that poisoned him, though. Anatomy of the note. Deliver onto me. And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all? Nay, sire, 'tis as strange to me as a foreign tongue. Even with a knowledge of literature as great as mine own, verily, it is impenetrable. Mr. Duncan Ross had lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor, so surely you knew him, didn't you? Alack, if the choices be, 'twas I knew him and I knew him not, and 'tis with foreboding that I am forced to declare we were by some small measure acquainted. Despite your claims, though, you followed the note's instructions and went to the Slug and Salad. Presumably that was nothing to do with your knowledge of literature? Marry, naught will have the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. So 'tis true, I was compelled by mine own eager heart to betake myself to the tavern, yet in the end my curiosity was not satiated. I wonder if he had to pay the bill. I did tarry a long hour, yet nobody came. So even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared? Well, yes, sire, 'tis as thou sayest. Really? You paused for a moment before you answered. In truth, when thou asked whether nobody appeared, I did suddenly recall. Oh? Really? Do you mean to tell the court that somebody did appear after all? I was not alone that night at the Slug and Salad, my lord. No, 'tis returning to me now. I did treat my lips to almost clear water, and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. Hello? And all around me danced a great many companions. What do you mean? Flies, sire, flies. Why do you have flies? Good lord. In the name of Beelzebub, what were they? Oh, Lord of the Flies. Fairies, perchance, from a midsummer night's dream, come to taunt me. I think they were just flies. Like, you didn't shower and stuff? I can't help thinking that the flies ought to choose something more wholesome to buzz around. Is that wrong with me? What about the flies? Note has vanished, but you didn't say anything. When exactly did you notice it had gone missing? Such idle thoughts never occurred to my mind. I was busied with greater ideas. In other words, you did notice. Several days passed between your outing to the tavern and Mr. Natsume's visit to your room. Yes, it would appear that the note disappeared sometime in that interval. Such idle thoughts never occupy my mind. I am busied with greater ideas, you say again. And yet during that time, Miss Green was comatose in hospital, was she not? Clearly then, she could not have been stealing things from Mr. Shanspeare's room. Yes, of course. It's all some sort of misunderstanding. Isn't it, Mr. Prosecutor, sir? Oh, he's like, you're obviously lying. I'm not helping you. You have so far failed to give me a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note. I'm not here to advocate for your defense, madam. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story. You would do well to remember that. Obviously, he's not her defense or whatever. Oh, Jeremy. What's Lord Ben Zeke's getting at? He wants the truth. So in this man room, dear, why would I? There's a reason. It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Shanspeare about 1 week ago. Oh, does it? But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. I can't think of any way that could have happened except for you breaking into Mr. Shanspeare's lodgings. But for what reason would a witness have done that? I haven't. I would deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless. Actually, I don't know if I have evidence that she knew the guy. Miss Green could only have come to be in possession of the note by stealing it from Mr. Shanspeare's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings, though? Yes, we should pursue that idea, Mr. Nuthuddle. We're close now. I can feel it. We're so close to a breakthrough. Oh wait, what? Where? I don't know anything about it. So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it? I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters. Are they? Introverted? Fie! This fledgling doth readily cast aspirations about my nature. Yet I am an angel, a seraph, birds to harmonize with my song. The wind doth frolic on my wing. Oh pity! Wherefore dost thou accuse one so pure of heart, ample woman? No, you're not pure. Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even fledgling like me can see you're just a failure. Oh, her true thoughts came out. Tragedy! Thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction there hereafter by death. Oh the days, oh the years, alas who enlightened thee, thou must wait so long and in vain. I just realized. Oh, never mind. It's jewels on his chest, right? Maybe those were actually the stolen jewels, what I thought, but he doesn't have them yet. Mr. Nuthuddle, interject with some clever remark. This is your chance to shine. I'm no Shakespearean actor, Mrs. Sato. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument is evidence. Yes. Lol. He's just like, no, Mrs. Sato, no, stop. It's clear that Miss Green did in fact break into Mr. Okay, I saw this already. Yep. Wait, terrifying, did I see this? As I'm afraid to say, the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely. Why would I think it's here. Why would I sneak into his room? I don't know if I have the evidence for this. There's nothing that tells me that. Maybe I can give the note that has maybe this thing. You did it for him. I think I can do that. Oh, nope, it's not that one. I thought it'd be that one, but nope. I know I'm close though, but I don't know if it is. You don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. Well, this one, but Can I show people? No, I guess not. Deliver to me. Very long hour, nobody came. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to go? The note has vanished. What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings? That's what I thought. What if I use it here? No, that's not it. Don't think that was the... I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know a piece of info. I don't know anything about it. Let me fix this again. Let me fix this again. You broke into his thing. Why? No obvious reason. Reclusive breakthrough where? I already put the note there though. Put on the table, you said? Why'd she go? It was delivered. It did tarry long hour. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company, I did see the note has vanished. So it had to have been her. Why would I? I think it has to be here. I did click this already, right? Oh, to kill him. To kill him. You're there to kill him. I thought you wanted to know. Well, I mean, yeah. I thought it was like, you know. Well, I mean, yes, it was to kill him. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Took a while. Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And the contents spilt during the course of our meeting. A small quantity remained. No. According to the defense's independent analysis, Mr. Holmes' chemistry set, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as strychnine, whatever that was. Strychnine. What's strychnine? The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shakespeare. Ooh. Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings for one reason, and one reason alone. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room with poison. No, he's looking at her. Can this be? You broke into my room to... It may seem incredible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shakespeare's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie. Man. Oh. She's like upside down. Order, order. Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison on the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill? Yes, my lord. There's no other way to explain the facts. But if Miss Green did indeed set this odious trap 6 days ago, and the victim had put his mouth to the pipe that very evening as expected, attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely. Yeah, well, no, because he wasn't in the... Natsume wasn't there. That's a very good point. Perhaps not, my lord. Oh, he's helping us. I beg your pardon. There was a significant police presence in the area that evening on account of the incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoings at that time. I thought it was because he wasn't even there. He was in jail. Lord Fantiques! And of course, the following morning, there was more activity at Mr. Shanspere's address. Alright. Was after? More activity? Ah, yes! I mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder. That's right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Shanspere was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself. Actually, why couldn't he just break in while Natsume... Oh, because they were preserving the crime scene, that's why. So he couldn't break into the home to take the loot or whatever. You caused a gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But once Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Shanspere had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe, his intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, poison on the pipe lay dormant. And then 3 days ago now, the situation changed again. Right, Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end. The trial in which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted. It resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. Dun-dun-dun! And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out, and Mr. Shanspere was mysteriously poisoned. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been there in the victim's room for some 4 days ago earlier. Yep, I figured that. I just didn't do the right evidence the whole time. I just feel like Miss Olive Green is on a box slow. With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan. What plan? Oh, what plan? Cora recalled that the note gave instructions to visit the slug in salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for those instructions are now clear. To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at the stated time. Yep. To make sure I wasn't home? Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed. You mean to say that letter? Dude, it's been kind of obvious. It was written by Miss Green, yes. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room. Allow the box. If anyone read Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun, there's a chapter where it shows everyone standing on boxes. It's like, isn't his height weird? Because they're on a box. Isn't she shorter than usual? Because the other guy is on a box. Yeah. Order, order. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Just who are you? Why did you try to kill me? Says Yulo. Miss Green's motive should be obvious. Because I mentioned Duncan Ross. Still tied with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial. So, that's what's behind all of this. You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel, because I'm dumb. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on the victim's life? Duncan Ross. Duncan Ross. That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in the lodgings at Mr. Garrido, someone else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross. I knew I'd heard the name someone else. It was all over the papers a month ago. And the man died in strange circumstances at the haunted lodgings. That does ring a vague... Oh, of course, yes, I remember now. The young man they claim was strangled by the convict's curse or some such. Doesn't even water. Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind. Nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shanspere blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. It was murder! It was murder, plain and simple. And she knew. Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses. Curious deaths. That's all people care about. If it's an interesting story, they want to know. It doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved, and once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story's lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him. You mean Duncan was... Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé. Fiancé? You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shakespeare. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you're her sworn enemy, the murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry. Marry? Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shakespeare, you smeared poison over the end of the gas pipe? She figured it out, though. This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Each on different accounts of murder? Yup. Ha 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 ha. Yep. Everyone except Natsume is like a murderer at this point. Or attempted murder. Yes, my lord, that's correct. Inhaling so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gases, causing his judgment to be clouded. But you were totally on that track too, good guy. Why would Mr. Shakespeare have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man. Oh, because you never got the evidence. Yes, that's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege. I have been slighted. 'Tis lies, all lies. I deny every utterance. And you'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruto, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either. Scream. I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude. Dude, if you're gonna go to jail, at least get the guy to jail with you, you know? Like, you know? I thought the whole point is to take him down. I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel. But you broke into the man's room. You didn't do it to smear poison in the pipe. What was your reason? I thought I'd just have a look around, that's all. Sorry. You're right, I suspected him. So I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life. Oh vileness, oh villainy, oh tyranny, oh rotundity of woman. But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock. Oh yeah, but she went inside, obviously. That whole place is falling apart. The locks on the doors are no different. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door, with some terps and a piece of wire. Oh awfulness, oh artfulness, oh tyranny, oh profanity of woman. We will consider your trespassing on some future occasion, but for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed. Oh, did she not do it then? Well, I spotted the note that I had sent him lying on the floor, and I went to pick it up. I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place, so she did know it was him then. Yes, we also discovered that hiding place. Inside, we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Oh, she right took the empty one. Yes, well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty. What? There was something in it? Yes, and she took it, right? The key? This rather nice key. Yeah! What's going on with him? You to what? What are you doing? How did he not recognize it then? Actually, until now. What the? It was like on her neck the whole time. Every ounce of color is drained from his face. Wasn't it always like pale? Give it here! Give it to me now! It's mine. Oh, I know. It's mine! I inherited it! What was that, witness? What did you say? You inherited it? Wait, what's wrong with that? It could have been like from his, you know, family or something. What's all this about? He inherited the key? It was obviously important to you since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it, so I took it. I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. So what if it means you can't open something now? I don't care. Give it back this minute! Give it back to me! Calm yourself, witness. So Mr. Shakespeare has tried and in one case succeeded to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shakespeare at first, but considering everything we now know, I think there is actually something that could explain it. What? I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal. Everything we've seen and heard, if I remember. Because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all of these events. In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present evidence to the court in support of your claim. What is it that you say can explain the motivation for Mr. Shakespeare's alleged crimes? This one! It's money. That's an official police report, is it not? Selden file. How did you get a hold of that? Selden? The now sadly accused Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Natsume have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room. Well, yes, we know this certainly. A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until, that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries. I see. And it so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died. The sum 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he stole. Oh, he's like joining my team, which as yet remains to be found. Oh yes, of course, it's coming back to me now. It's written in his file here. 1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That was how the paper summed it up. And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret, the location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. Oh, you mean this key is— wait, she didn't know? Then maybe it wasn't her that poisoned the guy. Mr. Shakespeare, it was you, wasn't it? Maybe it was— no, I still think it's Mr. Garudeb now who did the poison. You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? He was? How did y'all not know he was in jail at one point then? What are you talking about? This is a false charge, I tell you. A false charge. The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file, but a simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is. But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings? He hid it somewhere. There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. So, it all comes out. Why couldn't he just, like, break into it when the guy's out? I don't understand that part. There must have been times when they go out. Instead of killing the guy, he should have just, like, broken in. Yeah, there's a lot that people seem to not notice in Ace Attorney's world, to be fair. Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shakespeare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense. When he was left out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garudeb's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice. Because Selden's old room had already been let to someone else, Mr. Duncan Ross. Which is why Mr. Shakespeare subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room. However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. Mr. Natsume Soseki, the defendant of this case, no less. So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shakespeare? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and a very greedy reason. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict. It's out. But I still think it's Mr. Garudeb that killed him. Or put the poison. Try to kill him. If it wasn't a screen, it'd be the other guy. Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch me, Nick. Listen, I want you to have... Oh, the other guy. Listen, I want you to have me loot anything to stop the coppers getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where I was lodging when they got me. Here, this is the key to it. Why does he have a key? Take it when he's in prison. Like, you're not allowed personal belongings or something. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in hell, I guess. Sham's beard. He is a sham, now that I hear it. He is a sham. It's mine. Oh wait, no, wrong one. It's mine. What do you say? It's mine. That loot is mine. Oh my god, he went crazy. Mr. Shakespeare? It's all lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. He's crazy. You can't arrest me for the time being anyway. So they could have just been like, he looks suspicious and he's crazy, so let's just convict him. Couldn't jury do that? They don't even listen to my evidence and they're like, yeah, he looks guilty. Go. You getting be like, oh yeah, he's guilty. Barely can arrest a victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? No, I think you can. I'm so close, I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it. And I can almost taste it now. Do you really think I'd just give up? Did you just say yes? There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty through and through. But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo. He legit just admitted that he did not admit. He like admitted that he didn't do it. No, he admitted that he will do it, but he will not say he would do it. Like, what the heck? Why, the dramatic breakdown makes sense for a Shakespeare fan. Wow. There is a way. Pardon? There's a way I can finish him. No! He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is to find it first. Fine plan. Were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. And if it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed. Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule. If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly. Metal detector. It's the final piece in this complex puzzle, but I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where that loot is hidden. We do? We do? I'm to the mouse on his shoulder. My lord! Yes, counsel. The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in possession of something that could give us a clue to its whereabouts. Well, it's our last chance, so it has to be a worth gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. Wait, what is he talking about? Very well then, counsel. Let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate this hiding place of the deceased convict's hall? The Shakespeare's invention? The skin print thingy? Maybe? Maybe? Feeling it's important, but maybe not. Locate. Sorry, locate. I would say the skin print thingies. It's not the photo. If I'm not mistaken, those are Shakespeare's handprints on the wall of his lodging. Oh, that's correct. That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Holmes. A great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? Right, yours. I think the great bard ought to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Shakespeare. Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title? He just like jumped up out of nowhere. Yeah, it's just Sherlock Holmes himself! What are you doing here, great detective? Usual haunts are the filthy backstreets of the capital, are they not? Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been so long. And I see your complexion has worsened since last we met. He just like randomly showed up so casually. Mr. Holmes! He does know Lord Van Six then. Well enough to say something like that in any case. Mr. Holmes, though you may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit. He was in the audience, technically. If I may, my lord, Mr. Holmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already. Clues, you say? We never mentioned who did the poison thing yet, though. I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Oh, we need only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used a teacup you have been holding. Elementary. Well, he has a staff now, too. So now, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, yes. What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time? It could be anything he's touching right now. Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Holmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Sosuke-san's room. Can you just use Shakespeare's hand to see? Maybe he touched it already. Maybe he found it already. We need a sample to help locate Selden's loot that's hidden in his old room. What form would the sample take? Save. 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 I don't think I have anything from the previous convict. So, it has to be Shakespeare's. Do we need something of Selden's in order to help to create the indicator solution to find this? Oh, we do? And something the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record. Upon my word, Miss Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, which particular person do you have in mind? Whom can we obtain in possession of the late convict Selden to create the indicator? Oh, the key, dude, the key. The key. The key, man. Miss Green! Oh, me? What do you want with me? The key around your neck, if you please. Sorry? That key belonged to Selden. Obviously touched it, right? There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on its surface that we can use. Well, then again, it's been a while, so maybe she like rubbed her hands all over it and it's all gone. Very well. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Holmes' skin print sequence. And find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent. Yeah. Mr. Shakespeare, as one great to another, I assure you, if the late convict's haul is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. So, Mr. Shakespeare, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth. In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Holmes have this key. No! Give the key to me! The detective shan't have it! It's over, Mr. Shakespeare. No! No! You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt. Well, he doesn't have to. It just means that everything he did the past month or so is all gone. Shakespeare, despair! There's no meaning to it at all. Be thy name! He doesn't have to go to prison at the very least. If he just says, no, I didn't do it. Oh no, it's the full breakdown. Oh. GG. So much confetti. I know, why is it confetti pack? Oh, he took off his hat. I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room. That's all. Oh, that kind of sucks then. So you have time to find a convict's haul of stolen goods? You could have just Send him on a vacation. I assume you have money, probably, right? Or of some sort, maybe? I don't know. Yet after you killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him. But he refused. What? Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent. Oh, for one thing. Mr. Gerda really has had a lot to put up with. He doesn't have money. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease. Poor Mr. Natsume. You would think that the Gerda would be like, oh, the room's open now, it's open. Oh, you want the room? But like, you know, this other guy had been really begging for the room. Might as well let the other guy go first. You can have the second room, is that okay? I think that could have been a thing, but okay, whatever. Poor Mr. Natsume. What an unfortunate timing. Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance, but it wasn't to be. No, the scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day. And if I remember rightly, Mr. Holmes spent the whole day in there reading books. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, he once again tried to trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Unbeknown to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap. I think that's why Mr. Gerda didn't let him go into the room. But then again, he then exposed Natsume to danger the whole time. Of possibly getting killed. Oh, it's kind of weird. I still think it's all green that did it, though. Because there was a specific time in which he put the poison. Isn't that kind of weird? William Shakespeare, how does it go? To be or not to be? That is the question. From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Wow, he knows it specifically. Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done. Oh, strong words. Maybe he didn't trust someone who fell behind on rent. That's what I'm thinking now. Silence. So silence. Is that it? Is that over? At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died. The gas supply in my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. The gas supply. Yes, the stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason. That's no joke. They say it's the convict's curse. Oh, Duncan, please, don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is. Alright then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place. Oh, and then he died. There are spare rooms in my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight? No, I better not. He said we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember? No. So lived together. But that was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. If only I'd known it was going to happen, I'd insisted he left the horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up the road to grub scrubbery for some food, so I followed him and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publican. That place is cursed, I tell you, cursed! The ghost of that convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me. I wake up in the middle of the night, freezing to death because the stove has gone out. The room is full of gas and I can hardly breathe. But the pies have been checked, no problem there. It's like, I'm the problem. That's what they're thinking. But how could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. But yet you let him be the. Assuming you actually did the poison, you let him take the fall? Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered a rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations. A rumor, you mean? Yes, Everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes. How anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework. That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind. That just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though? We need to talk to Gyakuten. Once I had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this at one of the black markets in the East End. Yeah, well actually she had the poison bottle, so she had to have been the one who put the poison in. Okay. Black market? I've never been. I just heard people talk about them. And you really can buy anything you can't think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death really an accident or was it murder? And your chosen method for establishing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man of tampering with. And wait. That's very true. If he was doing it, then he deserved to die. If it wasn't him, he wouldn't have put his mouth on the thing. So either way, it would have been win-win, essentially. If Mr. Shakespeare was innocent, nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. Actually, it was pretty good, now that I think about it. Tried to be more closer than we realized. Yep. I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shakespeare. Then I wrote him this little note. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. If he'd done it, I knew what that would worry him enough so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked. And of course, Mr. Shakespeare followed the instructions to the letter. I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away, so I smeared a good amount of the poison I'd bought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done and that it was just all some wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done and that the culprit would get just desserts. Or it says just deserts just now, but okay. Very much silence. Oh, it's the end! 3 days ago, when you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward. Yes, my lord. I certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that we should subsequently find lurking behind the scenes. It has been a long road, my new buddy's friend. Great justice has been served. Except he didn't die. If he died, I think it would have been served more, actually. Oh, yes. And one I certainly didn't envisage walking with you. Oh, we're friends now. Nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green. Yes, my lord. You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shakespeare. Yes, I know. But she was gonna drink the poison. Wait, I never understood that part. He didn't die, but she was willing to commit suicide before he died, so she wouldn't have committed revenge. I'm still not sold on that. I don't trust that still. And you, Mr. Shakespeare, you'll be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Soseki Natsume here present. Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, yes? Yesterday at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from... Yeah, were you actually drinking it? From ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle? I wasn't myself. I can't even remember what was going through my mind. Okay, so it's a lapse in memory. She just like... She wasn't thinking clearly then. If she was, she would have killed the guy first and then do it. To be or not to be, I suppose. That's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems. You mean to drink it or not to drink it? Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green. Well, she'll be in jail, but okay. Oh, and I like to believe that it's a blessing Mr. Shansbury didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least. Oh, now she's not tried for murder. Except you still go to jail, right? For attempted murder. Because of you, I chose life, not death. And now you've made the truth come out at last. Oh, at least now she can feel relieved that he actually is the murderer, and now she needs to kill him now because of revenge. Really, I can't thank you enough. The girl surrounded by a lot of near death. She is, man. Oh, Miss Green. This is Suzuki Natsume. Yes, my lord. The court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty. We are in full agreement, my lord. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant not guilty. Who is that? Wait, they don't do the fire thingy in the end? I don't know. But okay. So where does confetti come from? Court is adjourned. Oh, finally I'm done. That was 3.5 hours. Cool, I can now focus on pizza next time. 23rd February, 3:24 p.m. Oh, they skipped lunch. Old Billy, defendant's antechamber. Oh, yes, yes, at last. Divine justice duly done. Divine justice? My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would shave that mustache. No, this has nothing to do with my mustache. Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Holmes. Look up to Mr. Ronaldo Esquire. Once again, you've saved me from doom. I'm very happy to have been able to help, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. Again. You're second in almost as many days. Yeah, please move out of the house. Although then again, it's real okay now that the guy is tried. And, you know, probably going to jail. I was first acquainted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Try as I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books. You've had such a difficult time, haven't you? Oh, but a week ago now, I dragged you out of that dark, dingy room of yours, did I not? You did, and I've seen more of life in this week than in all my years to date. And I'm like, no, I don't need it anymore. And for the first time, I feel I've begun to see the true face of the English that's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of fog. My dear fellow, there's nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine differences. Man, we need more of you in the world, Sherlock Holmes. Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live. Well said, I've come to feel the same way. This 1 week I haven't written, 1 week only. I made a decision. Oh wait, is this about the dark mystery of Kazuma yet? I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan. Oh yeah, we know that already. What? We already knew that. Just when we've become friends here in England. What a terrible shame. Oh, I know that does tug at my heartstrings. It really does. But I've decided I'd take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose. Oh my! So you'll be creating your own literature, Mr. Natsume? How wonderful! Oh, well, no, I mean, I wouldn't presume to call it literature. Why not? When that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache. I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur. I, for one, would love to read your book. She's a book lover. Well, all things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper. Oh, that's very true. Hope he doesn't die. Actually, no, he won't die. He'll go to Japan. We already saw a spoiler of it anyway. And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor. The desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand. My goodness, yes. Faced with such a terrifying prospect. No one would consider that cowardly, I am quite sure. Lol, they just call him cowardly kind of. But that's not why I'm leaving. I mean it. Lol. Yeah, the objection. GG. And that was the case that we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. Flashback ending. Soseki-san did indeed return to Japan and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit the scholar. And barely any time later, Susato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well. I wonder why. Yeah, I don't... Is it maybe about the convict? Because the only thing new I feel was the convict in Shakespeare, which was about the convict. On the back of a telegram, stately falsing that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial. Well, after the trial. On the following day, the day that we uncovered the loot, hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings. Oh, I did guess that correctly. Oh, we're gonna talk about it later? Or now? 24th February, 10:13 a.m. Mr. Natsume's room. Oh, well done, Mr. Holmes. How simply marvelous of you to uncover the secret hiding place in just one day. He said 30 minutes. Was this supposed to take 30 minutes? Let's see. As I believe I told you, my dear fellows, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations. Shouldn't you agree, Rexon? I want some chips now. Actually, I want food now. Rexy's been happily munching agreement this whole time, you know, Hurley? Happily? I think perhaps humorlessly might be closer to the truth. So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling. And what's in it? What exactly is the loot? Let me see. Let us look then, if you're ready. Let's examine the late burglar's hall. Wait, did he steal something from, like... It was... Oh wait, Cosmo's unrelated. I don't know. Maybe from Iris's dad, who went to the thing, and then that's why he's like, oh, it's related to the Iris, and then you're living with Iris, maybe come back. I mean, maybe? What is that? Looks like a collar that's drenched in blood. Looks to be some sort of neckband or collar. Is that B written? It's an S. I think it's a B. A collar. It's huge though, which means it's for a human. And look at all the gemstones set in it. I can see why it was claimed to be worth £1,000. Perhaps I could have it as a belt. Oh, have you noticed on the inside there? There's some dark stains. You don't think it could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it. On second thought, perhaps I won't have it as a belt. Yeah, I don't think so. And of course, there's this emblem here. I guess it could be a belt, not a collar. Although, yeah, I guess it could be. It looks more like a belt, actually. Maybe, I don't know. A large letter B, and a small crown. Where's the crown? What does it signify, do you think? Oh, I hadn't noticed that. Is that crown on the B? Because I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? I knew it! It's about your dad! Who died in Japan! Where could it have been? That's enough of that, I think. Oh, he knows. What? What's the matter with Mr. Holmes? All the color is drained from his face. Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, aren't you? It could be valuable evidence, after all. Must be kept safely under lock and key. Ah, yes. Get grab your hands off that, you lot, and hand it over. Now! I'd never seen a collar that large before, and all those jewels certainly looked to be extremely valuable. That's not what stood out the most to me. At least, not once I noticed it. The bee? Or the blood. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar. Those stains. Could they really have been blood? Oh, dude, we all know it's blood. I don't know, I think she's suspicious here. Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? It's all buttoned up now. You look very pleased, Iris. I am, because I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis of this month's story in the magazine. And so he stopped her from publishing it because it's something to do with her dad. But this case will be perfect. It's been so fascinating. She could have did the whole case, just didn't talk about the crown. Or the crown, the belt thing, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Talking about the latest installment of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I presume. The mystery of the knife in the mist and the mustache man and the convict's curse, perhaps. I could make it a two-part story. Oh, I can't wait. Wasn't there another thing she wrote that was under, like, he told her not to publish or something? Or is that this one? A word please, Iris. Yes, what is it, Hurley? I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question. Well, why not? It's a great case. Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourselves to the first of your two titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear? Yes. Oh, suspicious. Everything's suspicious still. Oh. That scared me. Listen to the father. Is this? Shimonohiro-san. Yep. Okay, we're finally going back to present time. Present time. Feels so random when they start talking, I know. End! Wait, end? Not to be continued? The key, oh, achievement, key of knowledge. For completion of episode 2. Ah, okay. Investigation part 1. Oh, we're in episode 3! Berri! Finally! And now I can... What if there are fan dub mods for the game? I'm guessing not considering how many verses there are. There's too many. And yeah. I did every one of them though. Yeah. And now I can now focus on pizza making. Maybe today, maybe not today. We will see. If I'm bored, I will. Everyone can sleep to the sound of pizza making. Anyway, that's all. I will now make lunch, take a break, and then we'll see. Glad I finished that. Now I have 3 left though. Maybe I'll change all my thumbnails to like something more representing of the case. But yeah, I'll do that sometime maybe. Anyway, I go eat now. Everyone have a good day. And I'll see you all next time. See you all. Bye bye.